Big bodies of land, I'm cool with. Big bodies of water, I'm not a big fan. What's up, kind people of YouTube? My name is Ahmed, and welcome back to yet another video. Today, I'm talking to you about Avatar: The Way of Water. The first thought that I had after I watched the film was, man, this film is long. We waited 12 years for this film, and I can tell you one thing: this film did not disappoint. It could have been better, but it did not disappoint. You see where I am on this film. Like, this film is one of those films that I was happy watching at the end of it, but I was still expecting a little more from the film because we waited so long. What are the things that I enjoyed about the film? Here are 4 things that I enjoyed about the film. The first thing that I actually enjoyed about the film was the CGI. And one thing that I do remember about Avatar, the original one, is James Cameron actually mentioned in a couple of interviews that he wrote story in the 90s but had to wait a few years before the technology could catch up to what he was planning to show on screen. And I felt something similar in the case of The Way of Water, where the technology that was present in 2010 was maybe not as good as what James Cameron was planning to show on screen. The CGI in this film is superb. 3D rendering that has been done throughout the film is really good, and it lives up to the expectations of the viewers that are watching it. The second thing that I enjoyed about the film was the world building. Now, when I say world building, we already were introduced to Pandora as a very unique world with very unique creatures living on the planet. But when they introduced an entire set of people that were different from the ones that we already aware of, felt like we were being introduced to an entirely new world. Like, it felt like an entirely different film from the first one. That way, both of these films stand out from each other. The next thing that I want to talk about is the character building that is done throughout the film. Each new character that is introduced in the film has a motivation, is set up really well, and you tend to understand their motivations better. The characters that are reintroduced in the film are actually relatable again. You understand their motivations that are coming from the first film, and you understand why they did what they did even in the first film, and that payoff is really good. Even if it's a little janky in some places, it works. The final thing that I actually enjoyed about the film was how each of the arcs were set up for all the characters from the beginning, and towards the end you actually get the payoffs. Even though the arcs were a little predictable, like when I was watching the film, I could sense some of the things that were coming, but even then I felt that the film did a really good job in setting up those payoffs for the characters that were introduced. Now that I've mentioned the things that I enjoyed about the film, here are a couple of things that I didn't enjoy about the film. One of the most obvious things was how long the film was, how drawn out the film felt, because I'm so used to watching a film that's an hour 20 or 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours in length, and like I want to be done in like 2 hours if I'm watching a film. And if I want to spend 3.5-4 hours watching something, I'd watch a Netflix drama or a Amazon Prime drama, which is why you see a lot more reviews from me on dramas and TV shows. The next thing that I didn't like about the film was, well, there were scenes that could have been easily cut off, therefore reducing the time of the film, but at the same time there were payoffs that were done because of those scenes. So I'm a little conflicted on this, even though they actually play a part in how the film eventually is shown. I feel that it could have been left out. If the film was shorter, I would have enjoyed this a little more. I would have been more invested in the film. I could connect to the film a lot more if it was a little shorter. While watching the film, there's one thing that I realized about myself. I really don't like water, man. Anything that's bigger than a lake, I will not go in there. Like, if water can kill you, I will not enter that water. Fast river? Nope. Lake that has crocodiles in it? Nope. Oceans? Nope. I do not like big bodies of water. Big bodies of land, I'm cool with. Big bodies of water, I'm not a big fan. Wait, that's not a criticism of the film. That's more of a me problem. Overall, I would highly recommend watching this film, and if you've seen the first one, definitely watch the second one. Overall, it's a good film. Must. Peace. See you in the next one really soon.